Hey folks, Dale Davidson here, Davidson Law Offices, and here today to talk a little bit about family caregivers. Now, question, does your mom or dad or your relative, do they need help with meal preparation, eating, bathing, dressing, getting in and out of the car, transportation to and from medical and non-medical appointments, those kinds of things? We call those activities of daily living. Do they need assistance with that? Well, if they do, then you can get paid for helping them. Let's start. Think about this. Almost 20% of Georgia's population is older than the age of 60, okay? And about 10% of those are seniors. Now, out of all of the senior population here in Georgia, there are about 7 caregivers for every 100,000. So that's not a whole lot to take care of our seniors, okay? So there's not enough caregivers available for these baby boomers. Interesting statistic, the U.S. Census Bureau says that by the year 2030, 2032, that there's going to be about 82 million seniors that we're going to have to be taking care of. Boy, that'd be me. Oh, wow. Okay, so anyway, so why aren't there enough caretakers? Well, think about this. Because of so many family members having 2 wage earners, can one of you quit your job to take care of mom or dad or grandparent or whoever who would otherwise pay for their care? So if you're having to take care of your household, then how can you take care of mom and dad if you have to have your income, both incomes for your household? We had this earlier this week where this lady called and said, I'm taking care of my mom, but I quit my job. I've got to get paid because my husband and I both need the income to keep our household going. I said, good news. Georgia now allows you to get paid for caring for mom or dad, grandparent, a relative. But there are 8 separate criteria. Number 1, you gotta be an unpaid caregiver, a family caregiver. You can't be a professional caregiver like a CNA. So you've got to be a family caregiver already. You've got to already be providing that care. Number 2, you got to be live-in. So we're looking at the same address, same house rule. You can't live somewhere else and be a caretaker. You got to live with mom or dad or with grandparent or your relative, okay? You got to be related to them by birth, blood, or marriage. Be careful here because you can't be a caregiver for your spouse. You can't be a caregiver for your partner. It's got to be a child, some kind of relative being the caregiver, all right? You can't have any W-2 wages, meaning you can't have another job on the side, okay? This is your full-time job. You can't be an independent contractor. You can't work from home. I know with the COVID, we're pretty much over this now, but with COVID, a lot of people were working from home, and so they were basically performing double duties. Work for their employer, take care of mom and dad. You can't do this under this program. So you can't have another job. You must be able to receive training, okay, and then you've got to submit daily care logs. Now, what is a care log? It's simple. So I pulled this one off of the internet. Just you can type in, you can Google care log free, and it'll give you some examples. It talks about feeding, toileting, physical activity, transportation, dressing, all of those kinds of things. And all you're doing is you're documenting that, and you'll be submitting that to the program. I'm not sure if it's weekly or it's bi-weekly, maybe monthly. But you'll have to submit a care log in order to get paid. So, number 6. The individual you're caring for, okay, has got to have been assessed for needing care. So you've got to get a professional assessment that says, look, mom or dad or grandparents or aunt or uncle, whatever relative you're taking care of, they need at least 5 hours of caregiving service. Okay, now we're talking about activities of daily living again. Remember what those are: eating, bathing, meal preparation, getting into and out of bed, mobility, transportation. All of those are activities of daily living. So you've got to have at least 5 hours. And by the way, I don't think just spending the night over at mom and dad's house or grandparents' house is enough. You're going to have to provide some kind of service, not just babysitting service. Okay? You got to be eligible for Medicaid. Now, there are different Medicaid eligibility rules for different programs. Okay? You got a question about that, give us a call, 229-226-8183, and we'll be able to help you out, or leave us a comment below, or email us at dearnursinghomeguy@gmail.com, dearnursinghomeguy@gmail.com, and we'll give you those income limits and those asset limits for those different programs. The number 8 criteria: you've got to be a member or a participant in one of these 2 programs. One is the CCSP, which is the Community Care Services Program. Basically, think about the CCSP program as a nursing home diversion program. So you get to choose your own personal caretakers and you're at home. Okay, so they often refer to that as a nursing home diversion program. It's a great program for people to stay at home. Nursing homes are not the place to be. Okay, but if people need to be in a protected environment, I understand. If you can't be a caregiver for mom or dad or your relative, and they have to go into a nursing home, they've got to be in a protected environment. SOURCE, okay, that stands for Service Options for Community Resources Program. Now, again, what that is a Medicaid waiver program that says, look, stay out of the nursing home, okay? They can sometimes pay for assisted livings or personal care homes, okay? But they're trying to stay away from a nursing home, just like the CCSP program. So if you or the relative you're caring for meet all of those 8 different requirements, then yeah, we have good news. You can be paid, and you're just one step away from getting paid as a family caregiver in Georgia. If you like what we're doing here, if we're giving you some good information, like and subscribe to this channel. We'll have a lot more videos coming out here very, very soon. Leave some comments below. Hey, if you're a family caregiver, let us know. Are you getting paid? If you're not getting paid, which one of these criteria that we discussed, which one of these criteria do you need help meeting so we can get you paid? So just leave us a comment below. You want to contact us directly, just send us an email, dearnursinghomeguy@gmail.com, dearnursinghomeguy@gmail.com. And until next time, you be blessed. Catching bass on an old fishing boat. One more story from Grandpa Joe. Let's get happy before